What's up, guys? How you all doing? Cosmic Carry here, bringing you another edition of World of Tanks screw ups. Today is the day after the very first episode. It is 23rd of December, day before Christmas Eve, and in case I didn't make things clear yesterday in the very first episode of this series, this is constructive criticism for World of Tanks. I'm not being salty or moany or any of this. I love the game, all that stuff, but this is just like constructive criticism, for the game, for the developers, for like I said, for them to learn from their mistakes and move forward, and etc. Coincidentally, yesterday when I did my very first vid, PAINGOD, who's like the executive producer developer, actually put up a post on the forums talking about the negatives they've had during the course of 2016, and a lot of the stuff that I mentioned in my vid yesterday he actually brought up, and it was some people in the comments said, oh, this is very coincidental. I didn't know. I think he was writing the blog as I was making my vid, so, but anyhow, I'll leave a link down in the description for that post if you guys want to read it. It's very, very interesting, and that good stuff. So onwards and upwards, we day two. I mean, not day two, episode 2. It's just that I made that vid, and straight away the next day I got something to moan about. I guess it's kind of like Peter Griffin in Family Guy. This kind of stuff really grinds my gears, and it doesn't cheese me off, it doesn't piss me off. It's just little things that hopefully kind of, and this is my personal opinion. Keep in mind, some people might say, what's the big deal, etc. But this is my personal opinion. The stuff that cheeses me off, etc., and all of that good stuff. So like I said, this is episode 2, 23rd of December 2016, and they released a pair of premiums, another pair of premiums. The Type 59 and the Centennial T95 in a bundle today, and for the princely sum of 16,500 gold. And are they releasing these tanks separately, solo? No, they are not. So if you want to buy one of these tanks, and you have to fork out for both of them, because currently, if you have one of, so if I went ahead and purchased this package, I have the Type 59, but I don't have the Centennial T95. I would get the Type 59, the worth of that tank refund in silver, not in gold, even though I would pay for it in gold. But apparently next year that's going to change, which is kind of a cool thing. You'll get, if you already own the tank, you get a refund back in gold. So however much it's worth, you'll get it back in gold. And but that's next year. That hasn't happened yet, so whatever. I would really like to get the Centennial T95. And again, there's no basic packages. Again, it comes with boost ops, 25. I don't really, yeah. So, I can't get it. It's unobtainable to me, this, the Centennial T95. I can't get it. And another thing that, while we're on the topic, why don't I have the Centennial? Because I got the Mummerland, I got the Hammer, I got the CDC, I got the the Boilermaker, but I didn't get the Centennial T95. And why didn't I get it? Because it was a free premium tank that you could earn, and in my personal opinion, the ops to get that tank were a pain in the butt, and I missed out on getting this tank by something ridiculously silly, but I think it was like 5-10 points. And it was down to the wire. I had like 10 minutes left, and I had to earn like 15 points or something, and I just couldn't get it. And the reason why, mainly it was down to, you could only earn the points if the game was a victory, and most of us have a 50% win rate, and thereabouts. So that means during the course of the ops to earn a Centennial T95, half the games you weren't earning any kind of points. Half the games you were, but that means half the time you were trying to earn the Centennial T95, it was you weren't earning any kind of points. They were kind of wasted battles because they were defeats, etc., etc. So it kind of took twice as long as it did than, say, for instance, what was the last one? The Boilermaker. The Boilermaker, you would get points in each and every game, regardless if it was a victory or a defeat. So there's another kind of negative that kind of wargaming can take on board, which is it'd be nice if we could earn points for these free premium tanks in each and every game, regardless of the fact whether or not it's a victory or a defeat, because it kind of sucks when you're trying to you want to get this a free premium tank. And the Centennial T95 is a really decent premium tank. I bounce off the thing all the time when I see it on the opposing team. And not only that, it's a British. About 6 months ago there were hardly any Brit premiums, and we'd moan about that non-stop on the forums, and I think they kind of took that on board, and that's why lately we've gotten the Snakebite and the FE4 202P, etc., etc. There's quite a few more Brit premium tanks, and it's really cool because you need them for training and all that good stuff. So, but what can I say? It's part of this package. I'm not getting it. It's it's in a paywall package. I can't get it, and that's kind of silly. And another thing for me to moan about. Another thing that they have on sale is the T-52, which is a fantastic little scout tank, TS6 Soviet scout tank. There's a lot of hype when this tank was released initially. I think about 6 months ago I got it, and it is a beautiful machine. It is so much fun. But they have it for sale for 7,000 gold, and it comes with 7 days of premium and a whole bunch of crap. Then they have it for 5,000 gold, 150, whole 7 days premium and a whole bunch of crap. And do they have a stripped down basic package where all you get is a tank? No, they do not. So that is bull crap right there. They should have it stripped down basic, no premium time, no consumables, no equipment, nothing, no boost stops, just this, the bare tank, and that's it. So a lot of moaning there, absolutely. And today they also have the Krampus Last Stand, which is up on screen right now. You should see me, playing the game. And one thing that kind of cheeses me off, and they always do this with these kind of modes, the fun modes, the proving ground modes, whatever it's called. I can't remember the last time they did this, but with these game modes, they're okay, they're fun to play, for about 2-3 games you get a medal and blah blah blah. But the thing is, take a look at this, at the end of the game, look how much friggin' silver I lose. Why on earth are we losing so much silver in these game modes? And every single time, I'm trying to remember, there was one, I can't remember, it's the same thing, and I moaned about it on the forums. It's like, why are you taking my silver for these game modes, these fun game modes? What do you need my silver for? I'm kind of that attitude, of that camp. Like, why do you need to take my silver? Leave my silver be. You've asked me to play this fun game mode, and yet at the end of it, you gotta take something. It's like a miserable Scrooge. You gotta take something. You gotta, you can't leave without something. And I can't leave without losing something. It's just like, it's just like the what was it, the tank, the MTLS, and they give you a crew with 50% skill. It's just like, why do you always got these little things that kind of spoil the whole friggin' thing? But anyhow. But yeah, so anyhow, so that's it today, and hopefully they'll kind of take this constructive criticism on board and move forward in a positive way. And yeah, take it easy, guys. I'll be releasing a quick video tomorrow for Christmas, and Merry Christmas to you all. Have a Happy New Year. And yeah, I've got a few videos planned and all of that good stuff. Take it easy, guys. Adios, muchachos. I'll see you on the battlefield.